In this video, we will be dealing with very important journal entries. Till now we have done few journal entries, but in this video we will be dealing with some important journal entries for you. Let us see first journal entry. Sold goods to Kamal. Sold goods to Kamal rupees 70,000. Rupees 70,000 at a trade discount. Trade discount of 20%. Asset trade discount of 20%. Now, this trade discount here, it is important to note that regarding trade discount is not written in the books of account. Two discounts are there, cash discount and trade discount are there. As regard trade discount, this discount is not written in the books of account, or while the past journal entry, this discount is not recorded. So entry for this will be, suppose this 70,000 goods are sold and 20% discount is provided. So it will come to, the discount will come to 14,000. So out of this 70,000, 14,000 discount is being provided. Only it means for us the sale will be considered as only of 56,000. This 14,000 will not come into the picture. Simply we will passing journal entry for sale of goods worth rupees 56,000. Even this 70,000 will be irrelevant. But this is relevant only with regard to the transaction, but it will not be mentioned while passing journal entry. It will not be mentioned. Either 70,000 or this 14,000 discount will not be reflecting in the journal entry. So the entry for this will be, suppose the date is not given, date column will remain as blank, but this date is given. I think this is 5th of December. December 5th is given, 2017. So here we will be writing 2017 and December 5. So entry will be goods are sold to Kamal. One more thing important which we have discussed earlier also regarding sale or purchase. When sales or purchases are given and name of the party is given, but cash is not mentioned, whether the cash sale is there or credit sale is there. And if name of the party is given, then it is assumed that it is a credit sale. So we are assuming here that it is a credit sale, and similarly, since goods are sold to Kamal on credit, so Kamal will become a debtor for us, and debtor is an asset. And if asset increases, it is debit. So we have to debit Kamal account with rupees 56,000 and to sales account 56,000. Entry will be being goods sold. Being goods sold, we can also write being goods sold on credit also to Kamal. These things also we can mention. Next, let's see next one. Now, next is on December 9th. See, here, entry is goods returned. Kamal returned goods. Kamal returned goods. Returned goods. And the list price was 5,000. List price was 5,000. So as we know that earlier the price of the goods was 70,000, 20% discount was provided. And here when the goods are being returned, the list price is 5,000, and so actually this here 20% discount is again to be considered. So 20% of 5,000 it will come to 1,000. It means goods are returned worth rupees 4,000. Simply we can say that goods worth rupees, because 20% trade discount was there, which was not mentioned. We do not mention also while passing the journal entry. So here also it will be to be kept in mind that out this is the list price of 5,000. So 20% credit discount was there. So 20% of 5,000 will come to 1,000. Means actually the goods which was returned by Kamal, that will be of only 4,000. So we will be passing general entry of 4,000 for the goods which are being returned by Kamal. Now, when goods are being returned, the entry for goods returned is sales return. Means the goods which we have sold, that is being returned to us. Means goods will be coming into our business. So when the goods are coming, goods are an asset. If it is coming into the business, then increase in asset is this to be debited. That is why sales return account will be debited. December 9 we will be writing sales return account debit. Sales return account debit. 2. Now, who is returning the goods? Here Kamal. Kamal was earlier a debtor, and because goods were sold to Kamal on credit. And debtor is an asset. If asset increases, it is debited. Now since Kamal has returned the goods, it means our debtor is decreasing. So we will be crediting Kamal's account to Kamal account. 4,000 will pass. Narration will be being goods returned by Kamal. Being goods returned by Kamal. This is the general. Now, next, see what is the next transaction. Now, Kamal paid us 51,000 in full settlement of account. That is on December 14. Kamal paid us 51,000 in full settlement. Full settlement of account. Now, since as you know that our sale was actually originally it was only for 56,000. Out of this 56,000, 4,000 worth rupees goods was returned. So we were expecting 52,000 from Kamal. Means Kamal was to pay us 52,000 because out of the sale of 56,000, 4,000 goods was returned. So Kamal will pay us 52,000. But out of this 52,000, he has paid us 51,000, 1,000 less, and that is also in full settlement. So here simply it means that 1,000 discount we are providing to Kamal. 1,000 discount we are providing to Kamal, and since discount it is a loss for us, and expenses and losses are debited. So when Kamal is paying 51,000, cash will be coming to the business, and cash is an asset. If asset increases, it is to be debited. On December 14th, the journal entry will be cash will be coming into the business, cash account debit. That is 51,000, and we are giving discount. We are giving discount of rupees 1,000 to Kamal. Discount allowed also you can write, or simply you can write discount also. Discount allowed account debit 1,000. Now see, this discount is a loss for us, and discount if you are giving or if you allow discount, it is a loss for us, and for expenses and losses it is to be debited. Since it is a loss, that is why it is to be debited with rupees 1,000. And 56,000 Kamal was a debtor for us. Kamal was a debtor for 56,000, but out of this 4,000 he has 4,000 goods he has returned. So Kamal is a debtor for 52,000. Now since he is paying 51,000 full settlement, so this he was a debtor, and this debtor is no more, because once he has paid the amount, full amount in final settlement, then this debtor will be no more. So our asset will be decreased. If asset decreases, it is to be credited. So Kamal account will be credited with rupees 51,000. Sorry, 52,000 it will be credited, because now this Kamal is no more a debtor because he has paid the amount 51,000, and we have allowed 1,000 discount as well. So narration will be being cash received from Kamal. Cash received from Kamal in full settlement. In full settlement. This is a general. Being cash received from Kamal in full settlement. Now, let us see one more general entry, that is December, that is on 20. Now sold goods to Ram. Sold goods to Ram rupees 40,000. 40,000. Trade discount 10%. Simply we can write TD. TD is equal to 10%. Trade discount 10% and cash discount 2%. And cash discount 2%. Ram paid 1/4 amount in cash. Ram paid 1/4 amount in cash. This is the lesson. Very important. Here we have to note first of all a small calculation is there. Goods are sold to Ram for 40,000 and trade discount 10% is being provided. Since we know that trade discount is not recorded, it is directly deducted from the invoice. So since 40,000 is the sale, total list price is 40,000, 10% trade discount is there, 10% will come to of 40,000 will come to 4,000. So our sales will be equal to 36,000. Means 40,000 is the list price, that is goods are sold 40,000 and 10% trade discount is being provided. So our sale will originally be recorded of rupees 36,000 only. Out of this, 1/4 amount is being paid. 1/4 cash is being paid. 1/4 of 36,000 will come to 9,000. Now again, one more thing here mentioned is that we are also giving cash discount as well. Our cash discount is recorded in the books of account. Trade discount is not recorded, but cash discount is recorded in the books of account. 2% cash discount we are providing. So since he is paying 9,000, so we will be providing 2% cash discount. 2% of 9,000, it will come to 9 to the 18, 180. 180 is the cash discount which we are providing. So entity for this will be, we will be receiving cash. How much cash will we give? Out of 9,000, 180 we are already giving cash discount. So it will come to effectively 1028. 8820. That is the amount which we will be receiving from Ram in cash. Entry will be on December 20. Cash account debit. Cash account debit 8820. That is the cash account. Next, cash discount is recorded in the books of account. Since we are allowing discount, it is a loss for us, and expenses and losses are debited, and it is to be recorded. So for cash discount, we will be recording simply here. We do not write cash discount, simply we write as discount allowed, because we are allowing discount here. Discount allowed, or simply you can write discount also. Discount account debit 180 is the discount. Then for the rest of the amount, he will be a debtor for us, and debtor is an asset also. Ram will be a debtor for the rest of the amount. Out of this 36,000, 9,000 worth of 140 amount is paying, so 27,000 will be there. So 27,000, Ram will be a debtor for 27,000, and debtor is an asset, and if asset increases, it is to be debited. So Ram will be a debtor for us for 27,000. Ram account debit 27,000, and our sale will be effective of 2 sales. It will come to 36,000. Narration we can say, being goods sold to Ram for of worth rupees 40,000, it trade discount 10%, cash discount 2%, 1/4 amount being paid in cash. This is the narration we can write here. Whatever the statement is there, the whole statement also, being goods sold to Ram, the whole statement can be written in the form of narration.